Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Peace, love, and positivity to you. My name is Sohum, and today I'll be giving a first-time reaction to Natalie Cole, which is, of course, Nat King Cole's daughter. And we've listened to plenty of Nat King on the channel. Dude has such a phenomenal voice. He is always so rich, he is so polished, his voice is warm and velvety and all of the good stuff. It only makes sense that Natalie Cole herself has a few of these qualities, but I'm here to listen to her for the first time and I'll see what I can find as it relates to her voice and if it's similar at all to Nat King's. So we're going to start first with the song Miss You Like Crazy, and then the second will be Unforgettable. The first one just has Natalie on it, but I believe the second one is going to feature a sort of posthumous duet with Nat King and then Natalie. Curious to hear how she decides to fit into the song, whether she takes over the main vocal melody or if she punches in and out and supports Nat King's voice. And I'm also very curious to hear their harmonies, because oftentimes when it comes to siblings or relatives, they're going to have some similarity in the sound produced, the timbre of their voices, and oftentimes those harmonies are just so hand in glove. So really excited to check this out today. Also excited to be back on the channel posting reactions. I'll make a full separate video explaining where I was, what I've got planned, what to expect in the future, but we'll leave it for that video. Anyways, before we jump into this one, a massive thank you goes to Russell for making this reaction request and bringing another new artist to the channel. Now, my friends, let's jump into it. Missed you guys. Missed you like crazy.
Even though it's been so long, my love for you keeps going strong. I remember the things that we used to do. A kiss in the rain till the sunshine through. I tried to deny it, but I'm still in love with you.
Dude, I hear some of the similarity in Nat King's voice here.
Miss you like crazy.
I think it shows up in the mid-range.
Miss you like crazy. Ever since you went away, every hour of every day, I miss you like crazy.
Wow, I love her voice.
Like crazy.
Sort of reminds me of Diana Ross a little bit. There's definite similarities between their voices. Because she's a female, she's going to have a different timbre just outright, and the pitches that she has access to are just substantially different than what Nat King has. So they're just in different frequency ranges, which is very encouraging, because I feel like when I hear Unforgettable, they're going to fit so well together, create a lot more depth. So I feel like right now the attribute that is most similar between Nat King and Natalie is the richness in their voices. It feels like you could not break it if you tried. Yeah, it's a really nice song. It's very 90s. Wow. Yeah, she has a lot of clarity up there. electric guitar poisoned brain, like I heard the beginnings of like an electric guitar entering this arrangement. I don't see one. I may be totally wrong. Just try to listen for it. Validate that I'm not crazy for hearing this electric guitar right there. I don't know, for real. It's like Lover's Point in every single high school town. Oh my god, she keeps climbing the vocal range. She's up there now. Dude, I am getting into this. With the drum fill, perfect crescendo moment.
I miss you like crazy, baby. Only your sweet love can save me. I miss you like crazy.
That is up there. Dude, I truly was not expecting to headbang during this. So wow, there's a lot to get into there, but that is such a good song, really well written. Loved the just gradual rising in pitch between each of the choruses. It kind of helped facilitate all of the belting that we heard later make sense. And like when it comes to like dynamics in a song, if you start the song immediately super loud, belting, doing all of the things that you're capable of, well, that's great, but then you have to like go somewhere else. You can't ever get louder than where you started at that point. So in this song, we took the steady reverse approach. We just brought the energy up. By the last chorus, that became like a full-blown like pop anthem. I could totally imagine the song being covered by many greats. I could imagine the song being like in those if you ever go to like a 4th of July festival in your town, before the fireworks ever start, there's usually like an hour and a half to 2 hours of like people just grilling and eating, burgers and hot dogs and listening to live music, and like a playlist, a DJ will be up there. I feel like Miss You Like Crazy by Natalie Cole would be one of the songs in a playlist for July 4th. It's a very specific place and time, I know, but that feels very appropriate for a song like this. It is just very grand by the end of it, and it neatly fits into vibes like that. But love her voice. I think where I get all of the similarity with Nat King is in the richness, but because their styles are so different. Like this is a very, for all intents and purposes, a more modern pop song relative to the kind of pop that Nat King himself was singing. It's like comparing apples and oranges. I really wonder if Natalie Cole sung an older song, how she would sound, which, is perfect because we have Unforgettable up next. So let's check it out. Let's hear her in this other style.
Unforgettable.
There he is.
That's what you are.
Oh wow, and she's watching him on the screen. This is like decades of
Unforgettable.
love of music being passed on.
Though near or far.
Holy moly.
Like a song of love that clings to me. How the thought of you does things to me.
Dude, I have chills from this.
never before has someone been more.
Oh, it's so lush. And in this song, she sounds so similar to Nat King in the way they slowly slide up to the notes. There's so much warmth around those notes. It feels so smooth, just like Nat King.
Unforgettable in every way,
And forevermore,
and forevermore.
that's
Nice.
how you'll stay.
That's how you'll stay.
That's why, darling,
The harmony.
it's incredible that someone so unforgettable
It's perfect harmony.
I am unforgettable too.
Oh my god, the notes are like butter.
No, never.
Dude, it's possible that saxophone player played the perfect note every single time. He did not make a mistake. There were no notes that sounded bad. Every single note added to that exponentially. Let's hear that all again. Just every note is so carefully chosen. With such character. The slide down, you hear those microtones on the way down. The piano following the melody as well. I am so impressed by this sequence.
No, never before has someone been more.
The strings. Oh, it's all perfectly blending together.
Ooh, unforgettable
And then that second.
in every way.
in every way.
And forevermore.
And forevermore,
That's how you'll stay.
that's how you'll stay.
Great layering, following each other in sequence, right?
That's why, darling, it's incredible
That someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too.
We are going to talk about that harmony. Wow, and then the honor being paid to Nat King. That's beautiful. I think you guys probably know where I stand on these two songs, but Unforgettable, this performance with Natalie paired with the, I guess, digital version of Nat King was tremendous. And I feel like it needs to be said, but the third main character, who I didn't expect to like be such a such a large part, was the saxophone. The moment that instrument came in, I feel like the entire track became something even more elevated, like even larger than itself. That's on top of the beautiful keys that we were hearing, and then the strings that just like scissor up and then just, you know, like fall down. And there's a lot of movement in those instruments, and the melodies are all just so beautiful. But when you hear their voices, Natalie first, then Nat King, or I guess technically Nat King started the whole song, and then they had duets into harmonies into duets, back and forth they would go. I yeah, I really like her voice in this style. I feel like if it works, not that you can't venture off into other genres like pop and R&B and whatever. I feel like just I love what I hear in this format, in this more classic pop kind of song. Because you think, yeah, Nat King's voice, he is so polished, so supported, and unadulterated. His voice is just so pure, and his daughter has the equivalent of that pure voice when she's singing Unforgettable. I really loved the harmonies when they came together. Like, you can hear very distinctly that Nat King's voice kind of sits behind and kind of in the middle, and Natalie's voice is more forward and above. But the thing is, like, depending on which notes they were hitting, because they were sharing some of the same notes on the keyboard, they were sometimes overlapping their vocal ranges. And think of Natalie's voice having a bit, let's say, higher timbre, and Nat King's voice having a bit of a lower timbre, right? They just have lower and higher voices. When they cross over each other in the range, but go in the opposing direction of that timbre, it creates this really cool effect. So, to give a concrete example, if Nat King starts singing higher up in the range, higher absolutely in pitch than Natalie is doing, because she is descending, you get this kind of like 2x2 effect where you hear the difference in pitch and the difference in timbre. They're like blending into each other and then pass each other. If that is an appropriate way to describe it, then that is what I'm experiencing here. Hopefully it makes sense to you guys. But put simply, love the way their voices sound, loved the movement in the melodies when they would harmonize. And of course, when they went back to singing one by one, you could hear more, with more focus, just how good Natalie is, how good Nat King is. So this was a banger of a performance. Thank you for sharing it with me, Russell. But that's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. If you'd like to request one yourself and support the channel, you can do so by hitting the first link in the description box below or scanning the QR code on your screen. But as always, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace. Apologize for the barking.